Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a very big shock and a very big treat. I'm going to show you how smart I really am right now. I'm going to go into this garbage pail over here. Where I have a place in my wing bay that I made when I was 15 years old in the 1970s. What this is a section of a wing bay. Of a real accurate representation of a wing bay that a wood dope and fabric airplane would be constructed of. Now, there are several hundred pieces in here, including webbing, rigging, wood dope and fabric, gussets, nails, supports, aileron fixtures inside to set up an aileron system to the front of the wing bay that's inside that you can't see. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how a wing creates lift in order for an airplane to fly. Now, you might think that you know that it goes through the air, and for some reason the air pushes the airplane up. And to some degree that's true. But the way an airplane actually creates lift is as follows. The wing bay, if you'll notice, is almost flat on the bottom. It's almost flat. There's a small camber on the front and nothing on the back. So for all intent and purposes, this is straight. It has a length from the trailing edge to the leading edge. Now let's just say that the measurement from here to here is 32 inches. But if you'll notice, the top has what is called a camber, C-A-M-B-R-E. Let's say that the camber makes the bottom is 32, but the top is 33 1/4. So the top camber is longer than the bottom of the wing. What happens is the air hits the front edge of the wing, which is called the leading edge. When the air hits the leading edge, it wants to go around the wing. But on the bottom, it goes slower because it will meet at the back or trailing edge of the wing at the same time. It's the way thermodynamics or aerodynamics works. So the air that enters at the front or leading edge and exits at the back or trailing edge, it starts here and ends up here, and it just separates and then meets at the back. There is a slight variance for friction, but it's nominal. That's an aircraft term for not necessarily put into the larger portion of the equation. So the wing bay is constructed that the air goes over the top camber and under the bottom edge of the wing. At the same time they meet at the back, which means it has to go faster over the top camber. When it goes faster, this is the law of aerodynamics, an increase in velocity will cause a decrease in pressure, and it will pull the wing up towards the sky. That's called the Venturi principle. That's how the atomization takes place in a carburetor. So the air starts over here, it moves past the structure of the wing bay, but it's moving faster on top than on the bottom, and eventually it meets at the back, and the increase in velocity causes a decrease in pressure, and it lifts the wing up in the sky. Yes, it's true that by doing this, some air is pushed up, like on a glider, a paper airplane glider. But lift is created by an increase in velocity and a decrease in pressure. It's called the Venturi principle. And to show you this in a little bit more optical fashion, this is an exaggeration of the longer camber at the top of the wing, but it still works the same way. And at certain air speeds, this is perfectly aerodynamic. Although this is an aileron that increases the length of a wing. When you're landing an airplane, the ailerons come out of the back of the wing. It increases the top camber of the wing, which increases or decreases the pressure at the top of the wing and increases the lift. So, by pulling the aeroline out of the back of the wing, the top camber becomes longer and lift is created. That, my friends, is how aerodynamically lift is created. You might think that I'm joking about that, but you can look at the Venturi principle, or you can look up the aerodynamics of lift, L-I-F-T. And Michael Fazio was explaining this to you because I am an A&P jet, the mechanic by trade, and I'm one of the smartest people that you will ever meet in your life. And I'm Rabbi Chewbacca, baby. That's right. And now that I said a baby, I could tell you a little story about Mr. Obama's son. Let me tell you something about Mr. Obama's son. If Mr. Obama had a son, and Mr. Obama's son was like Trayvon Martin, who's in heaven, baby, and Mr. Obama's son was like Trayvon Martin, and Trayvon Martin is in heaven, baby, then what that means is that if Mr. Obama's son was like a Trayvon Martin, that Mr. Obama's son would be dead, baby. That's right. Oy vey.